You may have seen the PG RX-78-2 a lot on YouTube over the last 5 years. However, I was the one that posted the first phase 1 build. Check out that video if you haven't already. But now, this is the second video where it goes from phase 1 to phase 2. So the first thing to do is to disassemble all the parts and then show you exactly what pieces you need to go between phase 1 and phase 2. I had a lot of fun doing this. I know many people just skip straight to phase 2, but let's get started. The first thing that you want to look at is the feet. As you can see, there's a lot of details that are hidden underneath the armor if you were to put it onto phase 2. So, what do you actually need to build phase 2? Here are all the pieces. As you can see, these are just all the remaining pieces in the manual. There's many things. I really enjoyed the process of putting all of the parts together. It's such a fun build. You guys have to try it. They look exactly like metal, and they included actual metal pieces like the veneers and the backpack. Those aren't as shiny as this. This looks like real metal, and to combine it together, man, I can't wait for the next PG Unleashed to come out. The new Gundam, it's gonna be even more insane with that metallic look. Anyway, that's enough about that. The other thing I wanted to point out is the level of detail as I was assembling it. I feel like a lot of people try to rush this process, but look at all of the intricate piping, the color separation, and if you go to phase 2, you just cover it up instantly. I think it's far less detailed once you cover it up. It isn't like the next PG Unleashed new Gundam where it's exposed. Once it's covered, it's gone. Okay, so the next thing many of you will be curious about is the articulation that much different? How is it looking? You can see a side-by-side comparison of the levels of details. After you finish the phase 2, it does look a lot better, a lot more color separation, a lot more colors going on around. But man, I like the phase 1 personally. It's like the skeletal structure all around. Both of them equally great in their own respects. And you gotta imagine, there's also a phase 3 and a phase 4. It just goes on and on and on. People might complain about the price, but the level of detail and the experience that you go through, it takes many different hours to build. And let's see the articulation. Look how smooth it moves. It has multi-levels of movement. You need to put a little bit of force because it's kind of stiff, but even the pistons in the legs, that's imagination to put that in. And if you look at the phase 1 build, and if you look at the phase 1 articulation, it's much more simple. It's the mechanism that goes underneath. The waist is pretty much exactly the same between phase 1 and phase 2. The only difference is the skirting. So these are all the parts that you need for the skirting. You may notice that there is a silver part and little pieces here and there. You don't even understand what it is for until you build it, and afterwards you probably forget about it. That's why the process of building is so fun. Now let's disassemble. We're going to go through the arms, the chest, and the head pieces. The chest actually has a lot of pieces. You can see right now in phase 1 there's barely anything. You can see there's so many parts. You got the clear parts. One thing very disappointing though, those LED lights, it has to go through so many of those clear plastic reflecting off it. It's terrible. Here we have the head. There's not that many parts between phase 1 and phase 2. These are all the pieces you need to build the arm between phase 1 and phase 2. And this is what the difference looks like between the two once it's finished. I already did the hands in the previous video, so that's why they look like that. And wow, once again, it looks very cool to compare between. The arm definitely gets a lot thicker and fatter in the phase 2. Phase 1 has so much detail though, I don't think anyone's ever shown it. And the articulation, look at that degree of movement, that's so cool. And in phase 1, you can see the same mechanism, but not covered up. Look at the comparison, the levels of detail, it's slightly different between. And the color separation on the original one, that's looking crazy. Now, these are all the pieces that you need for the backpack. I will say the backpack is not part of phase 1, so everyone's seen that before. Let's just skip right to the finished product. Here we go. What I've done is I've built phase 2 on the left side and the original is the right side. As you can see, it just looks amazing to see the comparison between the two sides. The level of detail on this kit, this is truly Bandai's best PG kit ever, and this is not even close until the PG Unleashed New Gundam comes out, that is. Even the feet, the level of detail, I like to see the differences between the two. I actually left it like this for a while because it looks like a skinny guy skeleton and then a fat guy with muscles. It's just fun to watch. Obviously, some parts like the backpack, I really didn't want to build it as phase 1, phase 2. I just combined it together. But anywhere I could separate between the two phases, I left it like that. You can see the amount of parts that you add on between phases. It's so fun to do. And of course, there's going to be a phase 2 to phase 3 video. I'll do the exact same thing where it's half and half, so you guys can just admire the beauty of this kit. Remember, people are complaining that the PG Unleashed line is super expensive, but the process of building it takes much longer than other kits. So it might be 4 times the price of an MG, but for me personally, it took way more than 4 times the time. And look at the view from the close-up. Just admire all of the intricate parts. I now fully built phase 2 and wow, I'm amazed. This has got to be the best kit that I own right now. Just all this metallic parts. I have the MGEX Strike Freedom Gundam, but this is different in a separate sort of way. The MGEX is full of that metallic craziness and detail that way, but this kit, the size, the magnificence, it contains real metal parts. That's something I've never done before as well. And just look at the head, the size. Because some people like me, I don't have that great of eyesight, so I can't just be staring at the small kits. The big ones, you don't even need to be sitting right up to it. You can be standing far away and you can just observe and admire the beauty in front of you. I think, to be honest, I'm going to leave some inner frame out and not put on all the armor parts because wow, you cannot be covering this kit up. It's just beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see the next parts, as well as my coverage of the PG new when it comes out, because I've got that pre-ordered. And if you enjoyed everything you've seen, feel free to give it a like. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later.